Hey guys, M.V.K here, back again, and I'm sorry I'm doing this a little late, but I'm here to give my thoughts and recap for season 3 of The Flash. Yeah, it aired yesterday. I watched it very late, very late, very late. I'm talking really late. But I'm here to give my thoughts on it. The season opener premiere kicks off right where season 2 left off, where Barry changed the past. He changed the past from having Ebon Thawne kill his mother. And a lot of people have said it was selfish for him to do that, and things like that. And in some degree, I can agree with that. But take it from me, who's lost their mother, it that would be a very hard that's somebody who has experience with that. I would probably try to I would probably do the same thing in his place as well. Uh yeah, that's honest to God truth. Yeah, I would. But he changes and he creates a whole new alternate world in a sense. And Ebar Thawne basically classifies it Flashpoint. Uh, Thawne is locked up, and Barry goes about his day. And in this world, everything is different. Not to no people, nobody knows who Barry is. He still works at as a forensic scientist, but Iris doesn't know who he is. Wally has taken over as Flash. Wally, as his Flash costume, very much spot on as Kid Flash. It looked well. He even, Barry even gives him that name, and Wally's like, "Don't call me that." But Iris and Wally are like this sister crime fighting duo. Cisco is a mega billionaire who has owns Star Labs, and he's also the one who helped Iris and Wally. He's the one who still created the costume for Wally. Um, uh, Catherine is basic. Caitlin is she's an ophthalmologist, I think now, and Barry's mom and dad are alive, and that's pretty much all he wanted. But in doing so, there are some consequences of what has happened with him. What has happened with him creating this world. He's every time he uses his speed, it's showcased that he starts to lose a memory of the past life, the past lives that he had, from his old life, and he starts to lose it. And he doesn't want to take Thawne's advice, let Thawne do what he needs to do to keep the timeline alive, well. Wally is pretty much dealing with his own villain called the Rival, and he looks just like a black demonic version of a Flash. That's pretty much it. Joe is pretty much an alcoholic detective, which alcohol and police work don't mix well, and you see that a lot. And uh, but more importantly, Barry realizes that he has to help Wally, stop the rival, and in doing so, he reveals himself to everybody. And there are some funny scenes, like when he basically, in a sense, kidnapped Caitlin and brought him to Cisco, which is really funny. But he's telling them things that he knows about their lives, but it's not really clicking with them. And more importantly, it's not really. But Iris realizes that there's something between them and Barry kind of tells her that, and it was really cool to see that. I thought that was really nice. But I did like Wally in the costume. It suited him at times. I mean, the head guard, from looked a little stiff at times, like the almost, if he had a, like, sometimes if he moved too wild, that it would maybe go above his head a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't maybe just because the actor, his head is not as big or so. I don't know, but it was really funny. But it looked good on him. Not gonna deny it didn't look. It was spot on. And the two Flashes fight rival. However, Wally doesn't go stick to the plan that Barry uh, conjured up, and Wally gets severely injured because of that. And it's up to Barry to take out the not obviously I was about to call him reverse, the rival, and uh, he does. What was interesting is the rival actually reveals himself, revealed his identity. His name was Edward. What was his last name? And because I know that name, I just want to make sure I get that name right. Um, his name was Edward Claris. Yeah, recognize that name. And pretty much, he says, the only reason why rivals should know who their identity is. But Barry just says, no, I'm just Flash. That's it. That's all you're gonna get. And the climactic battle was interesting. The rival made two huge tornadoes, and Flash was able to stop them, and pretty much that was it. But Barry does realize at the end that he has to change things back, and this is kind of what the producers and everybody said. Like, don't think the results of Flashpoint is going to be, the world of Flashpoint is going to be throughout the whole season. He's right. It wasn't. It was. I was shocked a little bit. I thought it would have lasted maybe 2 or 3 episodes before the consequences happened, but it's all right. So pretty much, he tells, about Thawne, okay, we got to do this, and Thawne is like rubbing it in Barry's face. Tell me what I need to do, like almost like he wants to hear Barry say, "I want you to kill my mother." It's just like a dick move, and you're just like, you motherfucker, like. And Barry, they go back, and Thawne had to do it. Thawne killed Barry's mother, and supposedly the timeline went back to normal. Once again, dealing with some Back to the Future stuff, which is really cool as always. I do like that. And Thawne leaves and says, I guess my everything's back, but I don't know about yours. So inside, everything looks like it's back to normal. Everything looks like it's really back to normal. Everything everything is back to normal, and so to speak. Everything is Wally and Joe are inside, and Wally hugs Barry, and Barry's like, Barry hugs Wally, excuse me, and he says, it's just good to see you guys again, and it looks like everything's back normal. Then he mentions Iris, and Joe gets really upset about that. Like, I'm gonna let that one slide, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, there's the consequence. What happened? I'm thinking either Iris was erased from existence or something, and then you see that Wally tells Barry that Iris and Joe have not spoken in years. So something went down, and that's where it ends. But we do get to see uh, a little bit of I guess, the major villain or so that's coming. And that villain is none other than, it's written in the words of alchemy. And for any DC fans out there that know, we're talking about Doctor Alchemy. So, this episode was interesting, straightforward. I did enjoy it for what it was. I was a little shocked that the Flashpoint just first episode, bam, that's it. I thought it was gonna last a little bit longer, but it didn't. Like I said, I was banking on maybe 3 episodes tops, maybe 4 tops, and then goes back to normal. But the producers and everybody was right, But they're looking at, you see there are some consequences of what went down, and let's see where this goes. I'm ready for season 3. Let's see what season 3 can do. Let's see what villains are gonna come, things like that. Are there gonna be more consequences of what Barry did, and will he be able to fix it? Is one of the major ramifications of it. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys tell me in the comment section below. What did you think of the season 3 premiere of Flash? And I'll see you guys next time. Uh, will I do a review of a season premiere of Arrow? Maybe. I may keep the tradition going. Season premiere of Arrow and overall, see, I might not know, but definitely Supergirl will definitely be. You look out for Supergirl next week. But other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys around. And y'all take care.